Coverage you can count on continues with new charges now for Stephen Murray. Murray accused of malice murder in the case of missing Florida priest Rene Robert. Burke County Sheriff Greg Coursey says investigators believe the body found Monday off Highway 56 is Robert's.
Welcome to Inside Evil Interrogations, the channel where we delve into the psychology behind criminal interrogations and uncover how detectives crack even the most chilling cases. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into real-life cases. Today, we're analyzing the interrogation of Stephen Murray, a man who murdered Father Rene Robert, a priest who had been trying to help him turn his life around. In April 2016, Murray abducted and killed the priest, leaving his body in the woods. This interrogation provides chilling insight into Murray's mindset and the events leading up to the crime. Let's break down the interrogation in 15-minute intervals to understand his shifting narratives and how detectives exposed his motives. The interrogation begins with detectives establishing rapport, adopting a calm tone to encourage cooperation. Murray appears nervous but cooperative, acknowledging his connection to Father Robert. He describes their relationship, emphasizing the priest's kindness and willingness to help him. However, when asked about the events leading to the priest's disappearance, Murray offers vague and evasive responses. Forensic analysis would note Murray's initial approach as one of deflection and selective memory. By focusing on Father Robert's generosity, he attempts to frame their relationship positively, possibly to soften perceptions of his later actions.
People? Any 21 guns people?
I've heard of them, but I mean, I
think you're starting out.
Yeah, I don't even get into that gang shit, man. I want some little pussies, man. Hide behind something, you know. One-on-one, I'm drag this shit out their ass. I mean, I'm pretty good at fighting. I mean, I fought my whole life. I mean, for you to beat me, it's because you a bad son of a bitch, you know. I mean, I ain't bad, but I'm just tough, you know. I mean, I'm real tough, and you just ain't gonna hit me and lay me down, you know. I mean, you gonna have to really beat this cracker right here, you know. It's gonna really beat me.
It's not your first fight.
Yeah, I mean, you really gonna have to beat me good. if you could beat me as bad as my daddy used to, then you might be able to win.
Is he a big guy?
With my dad? He's probably about maybe your size, a little bigger. I mean, my daddy used to beat us, man.
Well, no. You're 7 years old, man. It's
yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, my daddy used to fucking, man, there's ain't no word for it. I mean, beatings he used to give us.
What do you think ought to happen now?
I think he needs to be tied up somewhere and tortured to death. I think that's what should happen. I mean, I think that's only right, you know, just because of the people that he had hurt and how he had hurt them. I mean, I'm literally watching my daddy beat somebody to death with a hammer.
What happened with that?
He never got caught.
Was it here?
Yeah, he didn't make it.
How long ago?
It was some years ago. I was young. I was very, very young. He left a man on the power lines, beat him to death. I mean, when I say beat him to death, I mean beat him to death with the hammer. Over some money. Card game. Beat him to death.
He sounds like an animal.
Man, you know, that's what I feel like sometimes, you know. I mean, I don't know, man. I lose control of myself sometimes, you know. It's like I can't control myself sometimes, man. I mean, I choked my sister out, duct taped her up, put her in the closet. I mean, didn't mean to, didn't know I did it, till I did it.
You put the ball together?
Christian, I choked her out 4
How old was
times. She was, I don't know, I mean, I was in my early 20s. She was probably 18 or something like that.
Do you think it was learned behavior from your dad?
I don't know, man. You know? I just lose myself sometimes, man. It's like, for me to do this, and I don't know what makes me start. I don't know. It's just like fucking, I just get caught up in it. It's like fucking rage, man, where it just makes me feel so good doing it. It makes me just feel like a fucking last minute, man. I mean, fucking, just lose control, you know.
Wait, did you get like that when you were doing drugs, or it's just,
No,
it's just that?
It's just me. I mean, it's just me. I mean, drugs don't have nothing has nothing to do with it. It's just fucking, it's just there, man. I mean, I try to stop it, and then fucking you can't, man. I mean, it's like I fucking just in your fucking head and just fucking just.
You lose control.
Yeah, I mean, I just lose control. I mean, I can't control it. I mean, I can't control myself. I can't do nothing with it. I mean,
Do you feel like yourself when you're doing it? Or is it like you feel like an out of body?
I feel like I had a body, man. I mean, it really does, man. I mean, it don't even, I know it's not me. I know it's not, I mean, I know that's not me. It just happens, man. I mean, I can't fucking stop it. I mean, it's like fucking just happens.
What's the worst thing you've done?
That's all about it, man. It's pretty bad.
What triggers it, man? What's the trigger?
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I really don't, man. I mean, I get depressed sometimes, man. Even as my sister, man, I get really, really bad depressed. Like, really, really bad. Like, don't talk to me, don't come around me, don't nothing with me. Leave me alone. I mean, I get real bad depressed. Like, stay in the room for days. Stay by myself for days. I don't talk to nobody. And that's usually where it starts at, man. I just make bad decisions from there. I can't stop myself sometimes. I mean, it's like I go in and I don't stop until I'm done. And sometimes I don't even remember. Sometimes I just like, it just happens and I don't know what the fuck I did. Like my sister, I don't remember that. I mean,
What did you think when you found out?
I mean, I believed it. But I didn't remember, like, me physically doing it, like, no, I mean, no. Yeah, Bubba. You know, they started to fucking, I actually 4 charges behind that.
Do what?
They charged me for that. Choking my sister out and duct taping her up and stuff in her closet. So I took her out like 4 times till she pissed and shit on me. How bad I choked her. I used a whole lot of duct tape on her and everything.
You still talk to her?
Somewhat. I mean, we're not close. We're not anything close to love, you know? I mean, she never forgave me. Yeah, I never forgave myself, you know?
I was going to ask that. Did you ever forgive yourself?
I never forgave myself. Didn't mean to.
Sounds like you've had a terrible life.
Just wish somebody could help me, man. I've been on so much medication, man. The only thing that really helped me was Seroquel, and it's because it kept making me sleep all the time. I wasn't waiting on nothing to make bad decisions. Just sleep.
Sometimes just talking about it
I tried.
helps you.
I tried talking to my fucking, I ran out of breath, man. I mean,
Who did you talk to?
I talked to so many counselors, man. I mean, I talked to so many mental health counselors, and I even talked to a counselor that had been raped before. Somebody that could relate to me. I spent years looking for her in prison. You know, counselor to counselor to counselor, you know, switching up. Just looking for that one counselor that I feel like I can relate to, you know, somebody that I can see something in. You know, I don't know. Seems like nobody understands enough to actually help me, man. Now why? See, the start, for somebody to start helping me, I would first have to help myself by letting things go, you know. And I don't know, I mean,
As detectives push for details about the priest's disappearance, Murray becomes visibly uncomfortable. He admits to borrowing Father Robert's car, but insists he left the priest unharmed. Detectives highlight inconsistencies in his timeline, pointing out witness sightings of the two together after the alleged parting. Murray's responses grow defensive, and he begins to shift blame, suggesting external factors or unnamed individuals may have been involved. This phase reveals a classic tactic of evasion. By introducing alternative narratives, Murray attempts to create doubt about his role while deflecting responsibility.
Well, sometimes it's hard to let things go, but you gotta work at it slowly. And like I say, talking it's good.
Rights.
Yes.
Constitutional rights. Stephen Murray, investigation, Aiken County.
I'm gonna read them to you, Stephen, and
Sheriff's Office.
the process. It says here you have the following rights under the United States Constitution. You do not have to make a statement or say anything. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you make a statement or before any questions are asked of you, and to have a lawyer with you during the questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, we'll only appoint it for you before any questioning if you wish. If you do answer questions, you have the right to stop answering questions at any time and consult your lawyer. Do you understand?
I understand.
Are you willing to talk to us with this rights in mind?
I mean, what are we talking about?
Well, we're here and we're conducting an investigation and
Oh, Father Rene.
on Father Rene. And we need your help to
Try to find him.
try to find him.
Okay.
So, with this rights in mind, if you're willing to talk to me, can you sign here?
I'll tell you what I know. What happened? What's going on?
Father Rene had been introduced to Shreve 10 years prior. As with many others who had been through the prison system, he tried to befriend her and give her money in an effort to help her and make her feel as if someone cared. Shreve considered him a foolish mark, only good for an easy source of money. Before we move forward, I want to extend my thanks for watching. This video today has no sponsor, so if you're enjoying it, subscribing helps the channel grow. You can also check out my second channel, Stranger Crimes, after this video.
Did anybody else give you guys any money?
Any money?
Yeah, to help you out?
Father Rene gave her so much fucking money, man. I mean, it was fucking ridiculous. I mean, he gave me money too, so I can't say nothing. I mean, but man, he gave her fucking tons of money. Like, whoa.
How often did he give her money?
Every day.
Why did he give her so much money?
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't nothing that I was mad about or anything, because it was saving me money, it didn't matter to me, it was okay, I know she wasn't fucking him, hey, he's an old guy, old fella, I know there wasn't nothing going on.
There's always...
Yeah, but that was the last thing on my mind, I wasn't worried about that,
What
Do you think she was playing him?
no. Yeah, she was playing him in a lot of ways. And I tried to tell Father Rene, I told him so many times, man, but what was really going on. I personally sat down and told him.
What'd you tell him?
Man, look, she's got a problem, Father Rene. She's shoving needles in her arm with the money that you give her, Because he's constantly calling me, telling me, because I was giving Father Rene money every week, paying him back. I was giving him $50, $100 a week, whatever I can afford that week. I was giving her money, just to pay some of the money back that she was getting. And it never amounted to what he was giving her. He was giving her probably between $200 to $400 a day.
How do you afford that?
I don't know. I don't know. I
You're
wish I could
supposed to be pious and poor when you're in the priesthood.
Yeah, he definitely forking out some money, man. He was...
Murray is exaggerating. While Father Rene gave Shreve money and access to credit cards, the total amount wasn't high enough to be several $100s a day.
He forking out some money, but she played him in so many ways, man. like this phone situation. This guy named Jeffrey, that I think he was helping out, that was in prison. Father Rene had his phone. Well, Father Rene let Ashley hold it. Ashley lost it. And she used that phone so many incidents to get money from, oh, I'm gonna get your phone back, but I need $200, you know. The person, the guy that said I can't get it unless I bring $200. Father Rene give her $200. And he give us a ride down there, and she go get her dope and come back and say, well, they said they wouldn't give me the phone, you know, and they took the money. Father Rene would just fucking drop us back off and leave. I mean, like so many times.
Did he act angry?
No, not at all. I mean, he would slap the steering wheel and do like that to her, you know. And,
Did he know what she was doing?
he didn't want to believe it. It's not that he didn't know. I told him many times, man. I sat down and told that man that what was going on. And I mean, hers actually broke up several times over it. I mean, because of me telling him, you know, why are you trying to fuck my hustle up? Why are you trying to, you know what I'm saying? And I just, you know what I'm saying, I just wanted to do right, you know. I wanted to straighten up because I really did love her, man. I mean, I loved her from the bottom of my fucking heart, man. I mean, I fell in love with this bitch.
Is that how you met Father Rene, through her?
That's how I met Father Rene, was through
How
her.
did you meet him?
Me and her got together, and she was like, look, you know, I want to tell you something. I said, okay, you know, shoot for it. You know, you can tell me anything. I mean, I said, look, I got this guy, he gives me money. He's an old man, he's a priest, and he looks out for me, you know. I said, okay, you know, that's cool, you know, that's cool. And she said, you want to meet him? I said, sure, you know, I mean, if he wants to meet me, I'll meet him, you know, I mean, that's cool with me, you know. I mean, I didn't have no problem with it, you know. I mean, hey, you giving her money, you helping me out, saving me money, you know. I mean, let's just be serious. I mean, I'm not the one forking it all out every day. I mean, I could keep money in my pocket. So he came over, I met him. I actually took him out to eat. I took him to Bono's. I took Father Rene and her to Bono's right there on Lane Avenue. We sat down and I had a couple of drinks, and I actually talked Father Rene into having a drink. I didn't have to talk him into it. I offered him a beer. I said, would you like to drink a beer with Father Rene? He said, nah. Then I got my beer and opened it, and I chugged it and ordered another one. He said, I have one, okay? You know, have a beer.
How long ago was that?
Let's see. Probably a matter of 4 months, maybe. Maybe 4 months. Me and him had a beer, you know, we talked, and, you know, I told him what was going on, you know. Me and Ashley was having some rough times, and I was having a rough time dealing with some of the things that she was doing, you know. And, you know, we was talking to Father Rene about it, you know, and asking his advice on it. You know, he was a priest, and, you know, I felt like, you know, he wouldn't give me no wrong advice, you know. So she didn't want me to ask him about it, you know. She didn't want me to ask his advice, but I did it anyways, you know, just because I felt like, you know, he, you know what I'm saying, if I could get any good advice, it would come from him. You know, he's got a lot of wisdom, you know, he's older, you know. So if I could get any good advice, it would come from him. So I asked him, you know, and he gave us good advice, you know. He told us to take it step by step, you know, don't rush into anything, you know. Which we had already rushed into it. I mean, I went from knowing her to living with her, you know, with her living with me. I mean, it was a rough thing. But
Can I ask you a question? Did Father Rene kind of stop coming around once you actually went to prison?
he never stopped coming around.
How did he treat you?
Always treat me good, with respect, and yeah, he was always a good man. I mean, he always helped me.
Although Father Rene did not completely stop visiting Murray, he did not do so as often, and had started to turn down most requests for money and car rides.
I always, you know, I continued to give him money every week. Even though Ashley was gone, I still gave him money, you know, just because I felt like it was the right thing to do, because he helped us so much, you know. I mean, he didn't help me, but, you know, he did, because he was giving Ashley money, you know, so he did help me. I mean, he took a load off my back, you know. I mean, he took a big load off my back.
Was he coming back and forth to Jacksonville or St. Augustine?
Every day. Okay. Every single day. Like, every day he was there. And, you know, the man had my utmost respect, you know. And then,
where were you meeting at?
His meeting, he would come to us. I mean, every day.
Were you living at the hotel at the time?
I was living in the hotel at that time. I mean, everybody at that hotel knows Father Rene, because he's up there so much. I mean, the room, he's usually paid in his name, you know, his credit card. He would give us the card, you know, like most of his cards, I know the numbers to them. I mean, I know a couple of the credit card numbers. I know the credit card numbers to use.
Credit cards and other IDs were found in Murray's possession.
32084 is what you use at the gas pumps, or something like that. His Wells Fargo was 1921. His Bank of America is 0918, I think. I mean, because, you know, he used to just give them to us. You know, the number. I mean, hell, Ashley's had fucking 3 or 4 of his cards for a whole week at a time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ashley's max $15,000-$20,000 credit cards out.
How can you afford that?
There was even a credit card that Father Rene had in Shreve's name. The bills came to him, and he kept them paid.
I don't know. I mean, I never asked. I mean, you know.
You ever been to his place?
No, never been to his place. No.
Okay. Do you know where he lives?
No. I don't know where he lives. I know he stays in St. Augustine.
Mm-hmm.
The road he lives on is fucking, I was writing him because he was sending me and Ashley's letters back and forth when I was locked up, because, you know, you can't write inmates to inmate. So I would mail Ashley's letter to him and he would mail it to Ashley. That way she would get it and Ashley would do the same. It's just like, you know, his address is...
Detectives confront Murray with evidence linking him to the scene where Father Robert's body was found.
I got it written down.
He initially denies involvement, but begins to falter under pressure. His demeanor shifts as he admits to being present during the priest's final moments, but claims the death was accidental. Murray describes a struggle that escalated, leading to the priest's death, but avoids providing specific details. Forensic experts would interpret this as an attempt to minimize culpability. Murray's partial admission suggests he is testing how much the detectives know before revealing more incriminating details.
Address.
Do you know how to get there?
No, I don't know how to get there. Do not know how to get there.
When was the last time you were in St. Augustine?
A couple of days ago, I was just there riding around. You know, I was just riding. I didn't have nothing else to do. I was just riding.
Were you riding in his car?
Yes.
Okay. When did you get his car?
I can't think of which day it was, but me and Father Rene was riding. He was taking me down out past Chafee to meet somebody. He didn't know that I was going to meet somebody for some weed, which I didn't.
The trusting priest was often not told where Shreve or Murray would take him, and they would usually drop him off on a street corner while they made their illegal purchases. Father Rene had no idea where Murray planned on taking him that final day.
I didn't tell him that because, you know, he's a priest and he's got a lot going on, and I wasn't going to tell him that, you know, because out of respect. I mean, and we went out past Chafee right there with a fucking, I think it's a kangaroo, right there at the corner of Chafee and Beaver.
Yeah, on the other side of the highway?
Yeah, right there, and there's a kangaroo. We went out past there. I was supposed to be meeting the dude at the kangaroo right there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, though. He fucking called me and told me to meet him somewhere else. So I asked Father Rene if he was staying right here for a minute. You know, Father Rene usually does that. You know, he'll fucking, like, Ashley will fucking drop him off at the Walgreens and stay gone 2 hours and leave him sitting at the Walgreens for 2 hours. Like, I don't know why the fuck this man keeps doing that, you know, like, why the fuck you let this girl do that to you, you know? That's what I kept asking him, man, you know, why? I told him plenty of times she was on drugs, you know, she was a needle user or fucking shit like that, you know, like, why? You know, he just kept doing it. I mean, we gonna argue because it wasn't coming out of my pocket, you know, I mean.
I know, but still,
you know, it was wrong, and that's why I told him, you know, that's why I went to him like a man, you know, and told him what was really going on, you know. I mean, it wasn't like I had a problem shoving needles in my arm and stuff. I mean, you know, I mean, it wasn't mine.
When you ever confront him about it?
What, confirm about what?
About him giving all that money to Ashley?
Never confirm. I mean, I never had a problem with it. I mean, hell, you helping me out. I mean, you know, you just took a load off my back, you know, and that fucking $300 you gave her today, you know, helped me out because I didn't have to come off of it, you know. I mean, I've never complained about it. I mean, and it never was an issue to me, or that he was giving her money. I mean, and, you know what I'm saying, it never was a bad thing for me. I mean, I've always looked at it as a good thing because I mean, it helped us out. I mean, even though I was doing all right. I mean, I wasn't doing bad. I mean, I wasn't. Even when I was doing bad, I still had a couple hundred in my pocket, and I kept that, because I had a standard. I wasn't going no less than a couple hundred in my wallet. I mean, you can forget that. I mean, I'm not going past that. Like Ashley would try to get me to fucking spin. Oh, come on, let's just no, I can't do it. I got to, because I'm not gonna go to work and climb trees all week broke. When it's lunchtime, I'm gonna be able to buy me something to eat. When I'm thirsty, I'm gonna buy me something to drink. I'm not. There's no habit strong enough to make me
you work for it, you earn it.
That's right. I mean,
what happened out on Chafee?
I dropped him off, and I never came back. I mean, I ended up doing drugs, and I never came back and got him, and that's how I got his car. I mean, I never came back and got him. I just started doing drugs, man. And I was
About what time did you drop him off?
Probably 9 or so.
At night?
Yeah.
On Sunday?
I'm not sure which day it was. I mean, it was late, and I'm not sure what day it was. I'm really not sure. I mean, it was late, and I started using drugs, man. It was like fucking. I just lost myself, and got stuck. Yes, you could say got stuck. Most of all, got stuck. And by the time I realized what I was really doing, man, it was fucking hours later, like fucking 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning later, like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in trouble, I shouldn't have did that. And it was too late, so I just fucking kept the car, I mean, I know that the police was probably looking for me for it, and he's probably done called the police, and I was scared, And
Murray's telling a partial truth. He did leave Father Rene on a street corner, but he came back later after searching for his children and then using drugs.
What did you do after that?
Fucking just drove
Where'd you end up at?
Everywhere.
Where's everywhere?
All over Jacksonville. Fucking went to South Carolina, St. Augustine. I just fucking rolled around everywhere. I was scared. I mean, I know that I was in trouble. I know that I should have taken his car back, and I know that I was wrong. I was dead ass wrong for doing that, and I felt bad, but I knew that it was too late. I mean, it was too late to turn back or try to make anything. You know what I'm saying? But it was too late. I mean, I shouldn't have did that. I know that I was wrong.
I don't understand why you would think just stealing a car is so wrong to go down the kind of things that you said to your sister, the kind of things that you said to him and stuff like that.
Well,
there's more to it.
Well, because I was at that point of just being done with everything, man.
I know, but you stolen cars before, so I mean, it's just a property crime.
I ain't stole a car from somebody that has helped me out so much, and somebody that trusted in me so much, somebody that would do anything for me. And I just failed them. I just let them down. And that's why it meant so much to me, because this person has did anything for me. And this person has helped me out to the extent to where nobody else would. I could call this person and say, hey, I need $200, Father Rene.
What do you think he is right now?
I don't know. I mean, if I know it, I'd be more than happy to help you. I mean, because, he meant as much to me as probably...
There's a lot of people looking for him, and it's important that there's a closure for what happened to him.
That's right. I understand that. I mean, if I had any help for you, I'd be more than happy to help you.
You're the last person who saw him, and I think you can help me.
Well, I mean, I can't. I mean, so if you're going to keep on trying to dig at me, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. I mean, I told you what I had to tell you. I mean, digging's not going to get you nowhere. It's just going to put you in a hole. Because you're going to dig yourself in a hole, and you're not going to be able to see me no more to ask questions. I mean, that's just it.
What do you mean?
I mean, you ain't getting nowhere. That's what I'm telling you, because that's it. That's what happened.
Would you drop them off in front of the store, behind the store?
Down the road past the store. I told you that. Drop them out past the store.
I thought it was at the Kangaroo.
I said past the Kangaroo.
Okay, going north.
I'm going down Beaver, like you going towards the Kangaroo from Beaver. Like if you going through McDuff and you keep going down Beaver, down past that way. That way. That's where I'll drop them off there. I could show you. I mean, hell, we get in the car right now. I could show you.
We can't do that. I mean,
Of course,
a ways off.
Yeah, I mean, of
So
course.
it's somewhere in Marietta.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I mean, like I'm not real familiar with that area, but I mean, I know that area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I mean, that's it. I mean, that's what happened. I mean, that's
Is
it.
he okay?
You asking me? I mean, hell, if I know.
You know, he touched a lot of people. He helped you big time. He was helping Ashley. And, you know, there's a lot of people looking for him. There's a lot of people worried about him. You know, we haven't heard from him since you were the last person who saw him. And, you know, there's a lot. This man, he touched a lot of lives.
He touched my life. I mean, he really did. I mean, he was a big help to me, and that's why I felt so ashamed of what I did. You know, I mean, I just left this man standing there, you know, out in the middle of the cold, you know, and didn't mean to, didn't intentionally do that, but the drugs, you know, I mean, the drugs, you know, once I got down there to get the weed, it's like, just, you know, I ended up getting crack. Didn't mean to, didn't want to, but I did, and got stuck, you know. I mean, the crack got me stuck. It just made me just real paranoid, and I was fucking just.
Detectives increase the pressure, presenting forensic evidence that contradicts Murray's account of an accidental death. They highlight injuries that suggest premeditation and controlled actions rather than a sudden struggle. Murray grows increasingly agitated, alternating between deflecting blame and expressing regret. He insists he didn't mean for it to happen and portrays himself as a victim of circumstance. This phase highlights Murray's struggle to reconcile the mounting evidence with his narrative. His shifting emotions and contradictory statements indicate cognitive dissonance, a common response when suspects face overwhelming evidence.
Right there in that one spot, you know, and I didn't realize it. And so I was coming down like to fucking like 5:36 o'clock that morning. I was like, oh shit, you know, what the fuck I
Did you ask him for money?
I have a few times, but no, not that night. No, not
Did he give you anything?
Hmm?
Did he give you any money
Mm,
that night?
no, he didn't give me no money that night. No, but I mean, he has given me money before, you know, to help me out. I mean, like when I first got out of jail for that driving, you know, I mean, he gave me, I think, 45 Western Union. He on Western Union. Matter of fact, you go look at the Western Union records. I mean, and see where he is.
Yeah, I know that he hadn't given you money before.
Yeah, he has. I mean, a couple times he's Western Union money in my name. Actually, it's like, golly, if you go look at the Western Union on hers, you know, you probably see about $40,000-$50,000 worth of Western Unions.
I just don't understand how he had so much money.
How long he went to visit you every day, you said earlier?
Yeah, he was around about every day, man. I mean, about every day. So I didn't mind, you know. I mean, hell, we go out to eat. We, you know what I'm saying? We talk, you know. He come over. Me and Ashley's actually fucking, like, pretty much fist fought in front of him. I mean, like, with him sitting right there, I mean, she slapped the shit out of me with him sitting right there. I mean,
How would you feel if something happened to him where you dropped him off at?
I feel real bad. Real bad, man. Like, real bad.
If we wanted to find him dead or alive to bring him some closure to the people that are looking, where we would look?
I would help you. I mean, I would show you where I dropped him off at. I told you that. I would show you. Yeah.
What was he wearing last time you saw him?
Man, you've asking a lot now. I mean,
It was just a couple of days ago.
yeah, but that's still a lot. I mean, I've had a lot happen.
Was he wearing his thing?
I don't know. No, he Come on, what?
Collar, I guess they call it.
The rosary?
I couldn't honestly tell you what he was exactly wearing. I know he always wears his fucking sandals. I mean, he always wears his sandals.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the open toe sandals. I mean, he always wears them. Like,
What time did you guys meet? Or did you call him? How did you, what happened there? Did he come to see you? Did you call him that day to go get the weed or whatever? How did that happen?
I think I told him, I think I was going to give him some money. I think so, yeah. I think I was giving him money.
So you called him?
Well, I think so. I think I called him and told him that I had some money for him if he wanted to come get it, because I wasn't able to pay him, you know, because I was locked up, you know, and I had just got out of jail and I hadn't got up on my feet good yet to pay him some money. And I called him and told him I had him some money.
Where do you pick you up at?
I think he picked me up right there by my dad's.
Off of Beaver Street?
Off of Beaver Street.
Okay.
He picked me up.
Did he pick you up in the yard? Did he pick you up on the road? How'd it go?
I think he picked me up in the yard.
Okay.
I'm not. I like smoking a cigarette, man. Y'all asking a lot of questions, and
Well, this is what we're trying to do. Honestly, we're trying to. The reason why we ask this question is we're trying to find out exactly where we need to go to try to follow up the last steps. That we need to find this man. I never met him. I don't know who he was. But from what I've heard, even from you, he doesn't sound like a bad person.
he's a good man.
You know, our job is to.
Father Rene made it his mission in life to help as many people as he could and was very active in his outreach. People were alarmed by his disappearance almost immediately and pressured the police to search for him.
Bring him, find him, dead or alive. I mean, he might be out there, he might need some medical care, he might need something that, we need to try to, you said it yourself, he's a good man. We need to try to bring him, we need to try to find him. And what I'm asking your help. Any piece of information that you can give us so that we can go look and try to find can help us bring this man that did so much for you, according to you, bring him home.
Okay.
That's,
No, I'm answering every question you asked, I know.
yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you doing that. It's just one of those things. So when we're asking that information, we're trying to get specific information so that we can go to those locations and try to find, what could have happened to him.
Well, so then y'all get me back to Jacksonville, I'll be able to help. Because, me sitting here explaining it probably ain't gonna
What
go
do
too
you
well
think?
with
Is he
me.
dead?
I couldn't tell you. Personally, I don't know. I couldn't tell you if he's dead or alive. I couldn't tell you if he needs help, medical help or nothing, because I don't know.
If he is somewhere out there still alive, it's getting to be a couple of days, and we need to know where he's at so we can help him.
Yeah, true. Yeah, definitely. There was something I could do to help you, do that, I would. Like I said, as soon as y'all get back to Carolina, I can show you exactly.
How do you call him that day? Do you have a phone?
I've had phones here and there off and on. I always end up throwing them out the window or something, man, because I get tired of phones, I've never, I got locked up, man. They had the flip phones, the Nokia phones, the antennas you pull out. They ain't got none of them big ass fucking smartphones, That's some fucking big ass phones, man. I thought it was TV people walking around with.
So when you say you dropped them off around that gas station, I'm not from Jacksonville. I don't know Jacksonville that well. In the gas station there that you say you dropped them off, if we were to go over there and pull surveillance, and most of those gas stations have cameras, we'll see his car with you and him in it.
No, we didn't pull in the gas station. I said we went past the gas station. That was what I originally told you, right? So we went past the kangaroo.
Okay.
So-
So far past that.
It's hard to judge. I mean, I would have to show you. I would, you know, I'm not that.
Is there any landmarks or anything?
I'm not sure.
If you looked at a map, would you be able to kind of tell?
It was dark outside, so I mean, you know, if I couldn't give you an accurate, like I would actually have to be riding in the car.
What do you think had happened to him, man?
I mean, you just asked that, and I just gave you an answer. You know, you asking the same questions, expecting a different answer. You know, that's the definition of insanity. Yeah, you do the same thing, expecting different results. You ask the same question, you just asked me a while ago. You want the same answer?
No,
That's-
the first time I asked you, we were joking about. I said that we wanted to bring him back if it was alive.
You said, what do you think? He's dead or alive? You think he's okay?
Well,
said,
I
don't
just
know.
asked that.
You guys not want to go to?
You got any of this property?
I think I do.
What do you got?
And credit card.
How'd you get those?
It was in the car.
Okay. Anything else?
Just whatever was in the car. I mean, it was in the car, and yeah, I mean,
Is everything that you had in the car still in the car?
I don't think I threw anything away. I mean, I didn't like tear the car apart and throw anything away or anything like that.
Okay.
I mean, everything should still be in the car. What's with a cigarette, man? Y'all, I mean, y'all got my nerve to a slap up, man. Asking all these 100 questions.
Oh, we're just talking, man.
I know.
Do you want to get a cigarette?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Then we'll come up back in here and talk some more.
Definitely.
Murray stalls for time, knowing that his story is too weak to pass for the complete truth.
Do you see where we're at though?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I definitely understand everything. I mean, you know, I'm not blaming y'all or saying y'all wrong or anything because, you know, you're exactly right. I mean, you know, bringing the man back home would be the ideal thing to do, you know. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I did what I did, you know. I mean, it is what it is, you know. I mean, and that's, you know, I mean, I felt bad about it. I did. I mean, that was a terrible thing for me to do, and I know I shouldn't have did it. But, you know, like I say, sometimes, you know, we all make bad decisions, and that was just happened to be one of them, you know.
Let's do your thing. Go downstairs real quick and we'll come back.
Can I smoke 2 at a time?
No, I don't know about that. They don't count with me. You better than the Star?
Yeah, a whole lot better. Like, there's none of the, like, the Star, fucking, these places are even make the Star like a fucking trash dumpster. I mean, way better.
What kind of stuff's going on over at the Star?
Man, what ain't going on? It'd be easy to tell you what ain't going on. A bunch of stuff. I mean, drugs, a lot of drug dealing, heroin, prostitution, a lot of stuff.
Did Father Rene ever have any issues with going over there?
No, I mean, he didn't. I mean, he would have never had no issue anyways, because I'd have beat anything that had an issue with him, you know. I'd have hurt anything that stepped in the way of Father Rene. I mean, I'd have.
The interrogation resumes with detectives confronting Murray about inconsistencies in his story. They press him on the evidence of restraint marks on Father Robert's body and ask why the priest's belongings were found scattered. Murray grows visibly distressed, repeating that he didn't mean to hurt anyone. He begins to shift blame toward Father Robert, implying that the priest's resistance escalated the situation. Forensic experts would identify this phase as a critical turning point, where Murray attempts to justify his actions by portraying himself as reacting to circumstances rather than initiating violence. This strategy aligns with suspects who hope to reduce perceptions of premeditation.
Period. I mean, as long as I was with him and I was there, and everybody knows that, you know. Everybody at the Star knows me. I mean, I knocked a couple of them out at the Star. I mean, flatlined a couple of them. Yeah.
You know, you said you and Father Rene went to the Kangaroo.
Yeah, I didn't say that. I said we went past Kangaroo.
Okay. Before that, you said that he let you use credit cards and stuff. How long had that been going on?
A couple months. I mean, I actually have a phone number that I can give you, and you can get the phone records from it, where you would text us the credit card numbers.
What was his phone number?
His phone number?
Yeah.
904-614-0802. And the other phone number that he used to text us all the numbers to was 904-400. Man, you probably have to call my sister and get it. If you give her the first couple digits.
From Bobby Jean?
Yeah, just tell it was the 400, the Galaxy number. And all the records is on there, where he would text us the credit card numbers, the amount that we could spend and stuff like that, you know. I mean, all that's on there. I mean, I actually threw that phone out the window because me and her was arguing, because she kept erasing stuff, you know. I would catch her erasing stuff, you know. And I already told her, you know, I said, you don't have to hide nothing from me, you know. You can be honest with me, because I'm just that type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather if you be honest with me than versus me coming and find a lie, you know.
Murray had a volatile temper, and the slightest thing could set it off.
I mean, that's what I would consider myself sometimes, man. I mean, the things that go through my head, and you know, man, if I carried out everything I thought, I mean, it would be bad, man. I mean, because so many things go through my head, man, like just bad.
What's the worst thing you ever thought of?
Probably, I don't know, man. I thought of so many bad things, you know. I mean, I don't know. Getting tired, man. I mean,
Do you ever think about killing somebody?
no, I mean, I don't just want to kill somebody just to kill them, you know, especially not somebody I love, you know, somebody that's there for me, somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, going to help me. I mean, I wouldn't.
Murray knows what the detective is implying and tries to distance himself from any answer that might imply he ever thought about killing Father Rene. Even though the detective spoke in generic terms, Murray specifically mentions people that tried to help him.
I wouldn't kill them, because that would be biting the hand that feeds me, you know.
Did you love Father Rene?
I had a lot of love and respect for Father Rene. I mean, a lot. I mean, because he was there when my sister wasn't. You know, when I could call my sister and she would tell me, no, Bubba, you know, I can't. You know, like I got out of jail this time, and I called my sister, because she was who I can depend on, you know. And I was down. I mean, I was where I didn't want to be, you know. I was depressed. I was real bad down, and I asked her, you know, can you help me? You know, she said, I can't do that, boy. I can't help you. And I called Father Rene. Father Rene said, go pick up a Western Union, or I'm going to bring you some money. I'm on my way right now.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I had a lot of love for Father Rene. I mean, he was there when nobody was, you know. I mean, when I couldn't depend on nobody else, he was there. I mean, so yeah, I mean, I did have a lot of love for Father Rene.
He ever betray you?
No, never. Never even felt it. I mean, never even, you know, that's something I didn't have to worry about. He was a good, honest man, straight up, straightforward, straight going, you know. I mean, he was that type of person.
Do you feel like you betrayed him?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely do. I mean, me leaving him standing there, and you know, for that long of a period of time, yeah, I mean, I do. I mean, I feel like I was wrong for that. And
Have you tried to call him to apologize?
No.
Why not?
Because, I mean, I felt bad. I mean, I felt ashamed. I felt like after all this man's did for me, why did I do that,
He's a man of the cloth. If there's anybody that's going to forgive you, it would be him.
Yeah.
Don't you think that would?
Well, all that wasn't going through my head at the time, I wasn't thinking of that. That's not something that was on top of my list of thinking,
But you had a couple of days to think about it.
A couple of days, yeah.
Did you ever go back out to that area to look for him?
I went back down that way, but he wasn't there, so, wasn't. I was scared, I know he probably called the police on me, and
You never know.
never did. But I was thinking in my head, this man's done reported his car stolen, and I was just.
Did you think the car was stolen Tuesday night?
It is unlikely that Father Rene would have reported Murray to the police. He knew it would mean a return to jail for Murray, and Father Rene would have been afraid doing so would break the trust he had believed he had earned from Murray.
I thought the car was stolen from the whole get-go,
Is that why you took off?
I didn't take off.
When you took off?
I came to South Carolina, that was it.
What day did you come to South Carolina?
I don't know. I let a dope dealer borrow the car for some drugs, and I got it back from him. I'm not sure. I can't even give you an exact date. But
Where'd you meet the drug dealer at?
Store on Canal.
Which one?
All the way down at the end, yellow, orange looking store right to your left, right across the road from Yulee Street.
Yulee and Canal?
Yeah, Yulee and Canal.
What was his name?
They call him Mike, Big Mike, or something like that. I ain't sure.
What did he look like?
Big, ugly,
What kind of hair did he got?
dreads.
Long or short?
It's hard to judge because he kind of keeps them up a lot of times.
What was he wearing that day?
I'm not sure. I don't just kind of try to remember what everybody wears,
Yeah, what time of day was it?
I'm not sure. I was probably on drugs and mine somewhere else, that's not something that I keep up with. But I did, rent the car out for drugs, and it wasn't my car, but I figured it was already reported stolen, so what could it hurt me,
What did he give you for it?
He can give me 80.
80 hard? How much crack you been smoking?
Like when?
Like, since all this stuff started happening.
Not much. It wasn't like I've been out there for days smoking crack or anything. It wasn't.
Sorry, my wife keeps calling me.
What do you think if Father Rene had put you in the situation that you put him? What do you think he would have done? Do you think he would have called you and apologized?
I don't know, because I can't judge the next man's feelings, how he feels or how you feel. I don't know who you are or what you're capable of. I know you seem like a good man, but I also know everybody has a different side to them, Everybody's two-sided.
We were talking about that earlier.
Everybody, just because you think they're good, don't mean they're good,
Mm-hmm.
They could be good but bad. They could be bad but good. You never know who you deal with. Just because he's a preacher, don't mean that they won't kill you or rob you, because anybody's capable of anything.
Do you think it's true what they say about Catholic priests?
I don't know what they say.
You know what they say?
Oh, about them messing with the kids?
Yeah.
I don't think that. I think that's the case for anybody, because anybody's capable of anything. But with it just being about the Catholic priest, no, I don't believe.
Detectives introduce evidence of Murray's use of Father Robert's credit card after his death. Murray hesitates before admitting to taking the card, but he downplays its significance, describing it as a desperate act to get by. He continues to insist that the priest's death was accidental, offering fragmented explanations that fail to align with the physical evidence. This phase underscores Murray's increasing reliance on partial admissions to explain away incriminating actions. Forensic analysts would interpret this as a suspect realizing the weight of the evidence, but unwilling to fully confess, instead crafting a narrative of survival-driven actions.
Good in him, and I mean, I hate that I did that, you know, I hate that. I mean, I feel really bad for that, and I wish I hadn't have did that. I mean,
You're a good man, but you've done bad things too.
I have.
So, you know, Father Rene was what he was. You know, not making a judgment on him being a good guy or a bad guy. But we all have skeletons in our closet.
That's correct.
We've all done things that, you know, we shouldn't have done. You know, Father Rene seems to do a lot of spend time with, you know, people that the rest of the people in the clergy probably wouldn't. Agreed? I mean, have you been to church? You've been to church before, right?
I have.
Did your pastor ever come out and give you money? I mean, there's no way that this guy had that much money to give to this stuff. That's, you know, that's pastor in the biggest church in the world isn't going to have that. And you're supposed to lead a pious life as a priest.
I mean, you know, I mean, it is. I mean, you know, it was a lot of money. I mean, and he did give a lot of money. I mean, but as far as me questioning where the money came from or him having the money to give, no, I never questioned that or anything because, you know, I mean.
Did Ashley see him as a sucker?
She didn't. I mean, I see that she, you know, I can't even say that she really cared for him, you know, just because.
Why would you?
I mean, of how, I try to tell Father Rene so many times.
I mean, why would you care about that guy? He's a mark for her.
Why would I care about
No,
him?
I mean, why would she care?
I
You
care
can't
about
respect somebody that's you're taking all that money from.
No,
like
definitely.
she is.
I mean, definitely not. I mean, you know, and I told him several occasions. I mean, me and hers broke up a couple times.
Let me ask you this: if he wasn't in the priesthood and he was just some regular schmo, what would you think of him? Sucker.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, he was benefiting me, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, but I mean,
I wouldn't cast bad judgment on him.
man, he's a sucker though for giving all that money to somebody for nothing.
I mean, I can't say that. I mean, I wouldn't say that because, first off, I mean, I don't cast bad judgment behind somebody's back. You know, if that's not something that I can come to your face and tell you, I wouldn't.
I'd tell him
say
to
it
his
all.
face, you're a sucker for, you know, just giving people money.
But if you look at Western Union, man, if you could pull the Western Union up on,
I 100% believe that
I mean,
he
there's-
sent you that stuff. 100%.
there's probably thousands and thousands of dollars on Western Union.
Has he ever bonded you out?
He was gonna bond me out when I got locked up. Me and Ashley was driving. I got locked up for my second driving without a valid driver's license here. And him and Ashley came down there to bond me out, but they R&R. I didn't have to have no bond. So,
You ever bond her out?
I'm not too sure. I mean, I really ain't. I mean, I can't accurately say that because I don't know. I mean,
What would be your best guess?
I don't know because I don't know how many times she's been locked up or she's been locked up one time or two times. I mean, I don't know.
What time did she get locked up when you guys were dating?
Never. Besides this one time she went to prison. I mean,
How'd she end up down in St. Pete?
I think she met this guy named Tom or somebody named Tom. I think it was Tom. He's on their bond. I know that.
Mm.
So, I mean, but she was with him for a while, you know, and him and her broke up, and that was when me and her got together. After all that happened with her getting kicked out of the truck for not having sex with the dude, she had left Tom that night and went to a party. You know, she broke up with Tom, went to a party, and that's when she got drunk and this dude tried her, and you know what I'm saying, ripped her clothes off and throwed her out the truck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's when all that happened. I think Ashley said Father, and they gave her like in 1 year $40,000.
Nobody in the priesthood can afford that.
No.
Father Rene couldn't have given that amount from his own income, and some type of financial or leadership committee usually determines donations from the church. That amount would not have been granted to just two individuals, so Murray or Shreve lied about or exaggerated the amount.
I don't know. I mean, I wasn't.
Not unless they're tapping in the till. You know.
None of my business, you know what I mean?
I know, but you've been around. Do you agree?
I don't know. I mean, you know, I can't judge I mean, I don't.
I'm not
I don't
asking
know
you to
what
judge.
this
I'm just
man-
asking you to be a reasonable person
I mean-
and think that nobody short of somebody like Donald Trump's going to be able to give somebody 40 grand.
Well, did this man work his life? Did this man retire? Did this man, I mean, you.
I
mean,
doubt he had a
you have to-
401k.
You have to think about stuff like that. What did this man do for a living? I mean, so therefore, me saying, "Oh, this man ain't got that kind of money,"
He drove a
can't say that.
Toyota.
I mean, it's
He
just
lived in an
okay.
apartment.
It's okay though. That might be why he had that kind of money. I mean,
Yeah,
because
he
he
had that kind of
improvised.
money.
I mean, he improvised.
Yeah, he improvised something.
It's just, have you ever been to this place and stayed the night over there?
Y'all done asked me that one time.
Was that?
Y'all asked me that one time already.
If it's been the night at this place?
Y'all asked me if I've been over to this place, and I gave y'all an answer. No. I asked if I've ever been over there, if I know where it stays. I said no. It's the same answer. No. I never have.
What was your reason for going down to St. Augustine?
I go down there. I mean, I work in St. Augustine. I did jobs in St. Augustine. I mean, I just wanted to ride. I mean, I was riding.
Do you see where that would make us concerned now?
I mean, I've been down there several times. I mean, it ain't like hey, let me go to St. Augustine,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no. I mean, I did jobs in St. Augustine, plenty of jobs. I've worked in St. Augustine more times than we can count on all our hands.
Yeah, I've been down to St. Augustine a bunch of times. But think about it, if you were sitting in our chairs, what would you think?
And that's in what?
I mean, it's kind of weird that you were down there at that time with all the totality of the circumstances. You understand what we're concerned about, right? Father Rene, finding him, hopefully alive, and then go from there. We talked to a lot of people and everything, and it sounds like you just had a really amazing, stressful week with everything that's happened and everything with the stuff you said to family. You called when the police were over at your dad's house Tuesday night. Do you see where we're coming from? See why we're not going to debate about the car issue? Yeah. I mean, there's got to be a reasonable explanation for everything. Mistakes happen, bad things have happened, good things happen. But like you said, sometimes you're not in your right mind. And if that's the case, then we can deal with it. It's what it is.
Like we were talking about earlier, man, people do good things, people do bad things, but when it's time, the best people
To do the
do
right
the right
thing this
thing.
time, And I mean, what y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to do the wrong thing and tell y'all a lie? I mean, is that what y'all want to hear? I'm going to tell y'all a lie?
I don't want to hear no lie. I want you to tell us the truth.
I mean, I've been telling y'all the truth, but y'all ask me the same questions over and over again, expecting a different answer. I mean,
Well, that's the things that we don't think you're being truthful about.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it's opinions, Opinions like assholes. Everybody's got one,
That's true.
Yeah.
Everybody does have an opinion, and I can't fault you for having an opinion or a title or whatever, But I told you what I need to tell you, and if I won't continue to ask the same questions, then I don't believe there's nothing else we need to talk about.
Well, we're not asking the same questions, but there's. Let me tell you this: if you were sitting on this seat and I was sitting on that seat, and you have me, Father Rene, you told us earlier today that you called him on Sunday so he can give you a ride to buy some drugs.
Okay, I can't say exactly what day it was. I didn't say Sunday. I called him and told him that I had some money for him because
Father Rene had turned down several of Murray's recent requests for money, so Murray knew he would have to use a different approach to lure the priest there if he wanted to use the car.
I missed a couple weeks because I was locked up.
Yeah.
And I did a little work and I got a little money and I called him and told him, I said, I got some money for you, I mean, I can't tell you exactly what day it was because I don't know. I don't keep up with it.
Well, you have his car. That's the same car that you crashed over here. That's the same car that St. Joe's County Sheriff's Office chased you, and you told one of the
They
officers.
didn't chase me.
Well, you spoke to one of the JSO officers after the fact, and you told him that You had the police chasing you, and there was about 12 cars. Okay, so you said that to him. So you have his car. We haven't heard or seen him since.
As detectives press further, they highlight forensic evidence indicating deliberate actions, such as the manner of Father Robert's death and the subsequent disposal of his body. Murray's composure begins to crack, and he shifts from defensiveness to expressing regret. He claims he was under pressure and didn't know what else to do, portraying himself as overwhelmed rather than malicious. This emotional shift suggests a tactical move to elicit sympathy. Forensic experts would note that while Murray's tone becomes more contrite, his narrative still avoids direct responsibility, focusing instead on his perceived desperation.
How does that look?
I understand
How
how
does
it
that
looks.
look?
But just because something looks some way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do. It doesn't look good. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It does not look good. This man is missing. He's probably up there. Maybe you're telling the truth and telling that he was dropped off over there and that he walked in the woods and something happened to him out there, but I don't think that's accurate. Because this man, he has a cell phone. Okay? If you left him out there, he could have called the police, he could have called somebody. But he didn't call nobody. You see what I mean? So, there's a lot of things here that are not adding up. If you have a phone and I take you out in the middle of nowhere, out there on Wide Road, and I drop you off, what are you going to do?
I mean, if I'm sitting there waiting on you and you never show back up,
What are
I'm
you
probably
gonna
going to find some other way out. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm probably going to
What are you probably going to do?
call somebody to come get me.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody
Right.
Bobby wants to talk to you.
Hello.
What's up, girl?
Hey. Boy. What's doing?
I'm sitting here talking to the investigators.
Because of the close relationship between Murray and his sister, they are hoping that she can convince him to be honest about the fate of Father Rene.
How's it going?
Well, I mean, it's going. I mean, I'm tired and they keep asking me the same questions and keep giving them the same answer, but they think I'm lying. So I think I'm probably about to be done talking. I mean, because I'm tired and I'm ready to go lay down.
Why did they think you're lying?
I don't know. They keep fucking asking the same questions and expecting a different answer, you know. But I mean, I'm giving them the same answer. I mean, I'm telling them the truth, though. I mean,
Yeah, they came back out here and questioned a little bit earlier today. You know, no, I mean, I don't do anything really, you know,
yeah.
you know. So, I know his sister and Daryl closure, like, it's something sad.
Yeah. Have you,
And they want to be able to bring him home, and, you know, whether he's dead or alive, you know, they want to know. They need that closure, is what's being said on the news and all.
yeah. I understand all that, and if I could help them with it, I would, you know, but unfortunately I can't, you know. I'm sitting here and I'm handcuffed and shackled down here. I want some clothes and let me go.
I love you.
I love you too, girl. You doing all right?
No, not really. I'm still sitting here worried about you, and then, you know, I'd like to see that family get some closure too, and all this be behind us all, and, you know, I'm still always, regardless, going to be there for you. That's why, you know, I guess everybody was kind of hoping that you did know, like, you know, you could kind of, I don't know, everybody's hoping that you would just tell what happened with Father Rene, because you were last on scene with him, you know, at least, you know, let us bring him home or whatever.
Murray's sister was one of the first people to suspect her brother when Father Rene went missing, and she quickly contacted the police.
So the the family can heal, you know. It's just like a whole, you know, it's almost like a movie. It doesn't seem real.
It seems like something you see on TV, and
Huh?
seems like something you would see on TV.
Yeah, it doesn't seem real.
Yeah, no, don't seem
You know,
real.
I'm here and I got your back, baby. I'm always gonna be here for you, no matter where you're at or what's going on.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna ride this mule till the horns fall off, girl. You know how I'm gonna do it. But I'm still alive, you know, so that's one thing to rejoice about.
Yeah. Well, can I ask you a question?
It depends.
I'm curious. You know, it's eating me. Yesterday on the phone, you told me about the 20 burglaries and the carjacking and the 4 murders and all. And I took it, you know, Father Rene was involved in one of those murders. He told me he was dead, but it was an accident.
Yeah.
So, I mean, can't tell me where to lead to the body.
Yeah, I didn't do none of that. I ain't killed nobody, and I was lying about the burglaries and everything.
So, is he alive then?
I don't know, Gene. That's not an answer that I can give you because I'm not God.
Well, when's the last time you saw him? Maybe we can find him and clear all this up.
Well, Gene, I mean, I didn't tell the investigators what I know. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I done told them everything I know. I mean, that's all I can tell them.
Yeah. So you knew that he was alive last time you saw him?
He was alive.
And what, do you remember when that was?
No, I don't remember no days or no times or nothing like that. You know, I don't keep up with much of that. But he was alive and well.
Where was the last time you saw him? Where was you at?
Gene, I mean, these officers asked me the same questions you asked me. I mean, I feel like I'm being interrogated from every angle.
I'm sorry. I'm just, you know, they keep showing up and knocking on my door, and I don't know what to tell them, and we just want this to be over with.
Take out a restraining order.
I love you.
And tell them, don't answer the door. Tell them to leave you alone. I mean, I want all this to be over with too. You know, I want them to leave me alone. I mean, I'm about done talking
You're
to
not
Gene. I
in
mean,
there. Huh?
so I'm about to tell them to take me back to the jail, lock me up, throw me in a hole somewhere and cover me up and just, I mean, cause, I mean, I'm not getting nowhere here. The only thing I'm getting to do here is smoke cigarettes, you know, but hell, that ain't benefiting me, you know, I mean, hell, if they throw me a pound of crack on the table, you know, we might be able to fucking come up with something, you know.
So if they threw some crack on the table, you would know something?
No, I'm just saying, a big pound of crack on the table, you know, I might be all right.
Oh, man. You're crazy.
Gene.
Like the police is going to give you a head of crack. Wow, bro.
I was just playing.
Well, I love you. And you just keep in touch with me and let me know that you're okay and what's going on, okay?
Yeah, I will.
I'm always going to be here for you, honey.
I know, baby. Hey, it is what it is, you know. I mean, I can't tell them what I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
Only thing I can tell them is what I do know. I mean, I told them.
It is what it is. I mean, that's why, you know, you're going to be there for a little bit anyway. And so I didn't see, you know, if you, well, from what you told me yesterday, you know, I figured you told me all of that, so why not tell me a location, you know? It just seemed a little odd.
Gene, I've been up 3 days. I mean, I've been up 3 days. And I talked to you, and I was skitsed out, and fucking, I mean, I was weak.
In the final segment, detectives give Murray the opportunity to provide a full account. Murray admits to shooting Father Robert, but insists it was not premeditated. He describes feeling trapped and panicking when the priest tried to intervene in his plans to flee the area. His explanation is riddled with contradictions, and detectives press him on why he disposed of the body if it was truly an accident. Murray deflects, stating he was scared of what would happen. This phase highlights the culmination of Murray's shifting narratives. His partial confession reflects an attempt to acknowledge undeniable facts while maintaining a veneer of reduced culpability. Forensic analysts would interpret this as a final effort to control the narrative and mitigate legal consequences.
Figured you was out there, and then I tried to call you back because we were going to come get you, but you never responded to me, and Elijah wasn't coming for nothing, you know?
Yeah, that's because the SWAT team rolled up behind me and I had to give them a hell of a run.
Yeah, you told me that, and I seen it on the TV. So I knew when they started, whenever all that popped on the news stuff, and then you called me a little while later for that free 20-second call, you know, I knew it was over with then.
The police said I was singing on TV.
No, I don't think they said you were singing, they said you were smiling or something.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that it's just odd, you know, that you would be smiling, I guess, but you know, we tried to tell them that it was probably because that's just you, like you were probably joking with the police for making them run and stuff. So.
Well, you know, you tell everybody that's against me and not for me, you tell them I said fuck them, okay?
Okay, I'll tell them that.
Yeah, you tell them that.
Alright, bro.
Now look, girl, I love you and you keep your head up, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of what happens, you know that I love you. And you hold that in your heart forever.
Okay. Okay.
Make sure you tell everybody I said fuck them,
Will
okay?
you promise me one thing?
What?
You're already there. And no matter where you are, I'm going to have your back if I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
If you know anything, don't lead them to where this man is. Please tell them.
I'm telling them everything I know, okay?
Just think about if that was me out there. If I was Father Rene, how would you feel not knowing if I was dead or alive?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how his family's feeling right now.
I
And
know,
they won't bring
Jen.
you home.
And I'm trying to help them. I mean, I'm trying. I'm giving them everything. I promise. I'm giving them everything I know. Everything I know, I'm telling them.
Be truthful with them, okay? Help them bring this man home, and that'll go a long way for you too. And like I told you, don't you ever think that I'm not here for you, because I'm always here for you, baby. Okay?
Okay.
And as soon as this is over with and you get situated, I'll send you some money and start writing and do the phone, minutes on the phone and everything for you. I want to know that where you're going to be at and all that, so that way, you know, I don't have to do it twice and waste money, okay?
Okay, girl, I love you, man.
I love you too, on my heart.
No, Mom.
Please be truthful and let's get this over with, okay? Let's bring this man home.
Well, I didn't do anything, Gene, so I'm being truthful as I can.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep your head up. I thank God. I was thanking God so much for you being alive. We was all pins and needles, man. We knew you was running, and we didn't know if you had, you know, weapons with you or anything. Like, we was on pins and needles worried about you.
Well, I had weapons with me, you know that.
Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't know if you still had them by that point. So, but just do what you can to help them, and I'm here for you. You let me know what you need, and I'm going to do my best, honey, okay?
Okay, girl.
All right.
All right, then. I love you.
I love you too. With all my heart.
Oh, mine too, girl.
All right, yeah.
All right, bye-bye. Man, what's up with a cup of coffee, man?
I'll get to it in a minute. I see a good man in you, believe it or not, or whether you care or not. I see a good man in you, man. This is difficult. You know, sometimes we make a lot of mistakes or snap with the things that we shouldn't have done. And things get crazy. You know? Things get crazy. You got family that care for you. You got a Robert that cares about you.
Stephen Murray's interrogation reveals the suspect employing classic tactics of deflection, minimization, and partial confession. While he attempts to portray himself as overwhelmed and reactive, the evidence paints a picture of premeditated actions and a lack of genuine remorse. This case highlights the importance of strategic questioning and evidence presentation in uncovering the truth behind heinous crimes. For more analyses of chilling cases, subscribe to Inside Evil Interrogations. Join us as we explore the minds and tactics behind real-life criminal interrogations.
You got your family, you got Bobby Jean that cares a lot for you. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, we do at times that we're not proud of, that we don't really want to talk about, that you don't want anybody to know. You don't want people to think something that you're not. There's a lot of things that we have to think about. And those things, sometimes you just gotta face it. It doesn't matter how scary it is. It doesn't matter how bad it is. Sometimes you just gotta face it. That's reality. You can't change that. You cannot change who you are. I cannot change who I am. But there are those people in this world that try to do good things. I don't know Father Rene from what he told me, looks like he was one of those people.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
I never know. I never met the guy. We're just out here trying to find him, dead or alive. We're trying to make him back, you know.
I understand that.
So, you know, people, sometimes people respect you when you do the right thing. And like I said, we do things that we're not proud of, okay? You feel bad because you're driving his car. I'm pretty sure you're not proud of that, are you?
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm very ashamed.
You have kids. What do you want your kids to know when they grow up and try to find out who their father is? You know they're going to find out. You know all they have to do is Google it. They have their last name, don't they?
They do.
Right? So you sign the date of birth, right?
That's right.
Okay. So you know what they're going to do when they grow up? They're going to Google that crap. And they're going to see Stephen Murray. It's my dad. Okay. How do you want them to remember you?
In a good way.
Okay. You want them to remember as the man who did the right thing when time was tough, right?
That's right. But, you know, me sitting there telling y'all a lie with me doing the right thing. I mean, what do you want me to tell you?
I don't want you to tell me a lie.
Well, if I tell you anything else besides what I'm telling you, it'd be a lie.
Listen, I think you know a little bit more than what you're telling me. And I'll be honest with you. I think you know a lot more than what you're telling me. And maybe you're not telling me or telling Harold over there when he was here because it's something that you might not be proud of. You know? We know that something happened to Rene because that man, he has a phone. He's always on social media. He's always telling people where he's going. Okay, he hasn't been in touch with anybody. Okay, since the last time that he met with you. So there are things that we do that we're not proud of. But at the end of the day, if you do the right thing, it really doesn't matter. You know? That's life. That's what we have to face every day. That is life. I know something happened to him. And it was probably something bad, wouldn't you agree?
I mean, he could be alive and well somewhere right now. He could be on vacation for all I know. I mean, he hasn't told me anything. He hasn't told y'all anything. So therefore, we all don't know. I mean, none of us know.
Stevie, come on now.
I mean, I'm just looking at the logic of the situation.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at logic.
Just because, you know, I went a month without calling. I've been years without calling. I've been a year without getting calls. I mean, but does that mean that, I mean, yeah, something
But
good
that's not
happened
the
to
man
me.
Father Rene is. I tell you right now. I had tons of people call me trying to find out what happened to this man. Where's this man at? He's always in touch. Every time he goes out trying to tell somebody. Okay?
Okay.
Every time he goes, I know people. I have some people that have seen you with him. Okay?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm always around Father Rene. I mean,
When you got arrested yesterday, what did you have? You know what you had. You know what I'm talking about, right?
what?
The credit cards.
Yeah, I told you they was in the car. I mean, they was in the car along with all the other stuff.
Do you think
that's
he's
in
going to
the
go on vacation without his credit cards? Without money?
I mean, I can't help
It
that
was a
this stuff
bank
was
card.
in the car. I mean, this stuff was in the car. This stuff was in the car. When I took off, this stuff was in the car. So, yeah, I had it. I mean, it was in the car. I mean, it was his property. His property was the car, and it was in the car. I mean, so, I mean, yeah. I mean, and I
When you
knew-
left this man out there, you're alleging that you left him out there. Did you left him with his phone?
I don't know what he had. I mean, the phone wasn't in the car as far as I know. Did y'all search the car and find it?
I haven't looked at the car. I've been over here with you.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I just
don't
got, like I told you earlier, we just got here. We went and picked you up in order to talk to you. Because you said a lot of things yesterday, man. A lot of things that were a lot of people that do care for you. I don't care if your dad cares for you or not. I never met the man. I have not talked to that man. I know, I can tell you it's an animal from what you've told me. It's a freaking animal. Okay? So you have the one person that's done some good for you missing.
And I'll be fine in any way I can. I told you that.
And
I'll take you to where I dropped him off at. I mean, I wasn't gonna let the man ride with me to go pick drugs up, of course. I mean, he always does it.
Was
I
he
mean,
hurt when you dropped him off?
no.
Because you hurt him? You just told me that there's sometimes you're not and you hurt people. You don't remember because you've done something like that. I mean,
no. I mean, I don't think I would do anything like that to somebody who cares for me that much. I mean, I couldn't. I mean,
because that will make you an animal. You don't want to be an animal,
I
right?
don't want to be. I mean, I'm telling you what I know. And if it's any help to you, then by God, I hope it is. But
Murray has harmed both of his sisters numerous times, so his claim that he wouldn't hurt Father Rene isn't reassuring.
you know, anything in addition to that, you know, if you want me to tell you anything other than that, it would be a lie. Okay? So you take that and you sleep on it, eat on it, whatever you got to do. I mean, you know, y'all sitting here pushing and getting me nowhere. I mean, I want to push my
I'm
way
not
back to the
pushing you,
bed.
man. I'm not pushing you. I'm just telling you how things are. You know, I'm not pushing you by no means. I'm not trying to push you. I respect you as a man. I respect what you've told me. Okay? I hope that I've treated you with respect. The respect that you expected. Okay, when your sister gave you my number and you called, okay, I respected that.
I mean, I wanted to see what was going on. You know, they told me that Father Rene was missing, and you know, y'all just thinking I had something to do with it. So I said, "Yeah,
Because you just admitted here a few minutes ago you were the last person to see him. You have his car.
I didn't say I was the last person to see him because
Well, you have
when I
his
dropped him
car.
off, I mean, you know, there ain't no telling.
Well, nobody else called us and say there's a priest walking around here.
I think it's been a long day for all of us.